The second question is, how does a woman perform wudu? A woman makes wudu the same way a man makes wudu, and the rulings for men and women in this case are the same. Meaning, Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu, O you who have believed, إِذَا قُمْتُمْ إِلَى الصَّلَاةِ, when you stand for prayer, فَاغْسِلُوا وُجُوهَكُمْ, then wash your faces, وَأَيْدِيَكُمْ إِلَى الْمَرَافِقِ, and your hands all the way to the elbows, your arms to the elbows, وَامْسَحُوا بِرُؤُوسِكُمْ, wipe over your heads, وَأَرْجُلَكُمْ, and wash your feet, إِلَى الْكَعْبَيْن, to the ankles. That is the order of Allah Ta'ala for wudu. That is for males and females. That's for all types of people. Now the question gets more specific. How does she perform it out in public? There's a very important question from our sisters. They go to the park and they want to make wudu at the park. How do they do so when they're required to wipe water over their heads and they are forbidden from exposing their hair and these body parts like the arms all the way up to the elbows and so on? How do they make wudu in public? And the answer is quite simply the same way they do anything that requires them to expose their awrah. They take shelter, or they do so in a private place. They go into a bathroom where there are only ladies, or they go into a tent, or they go into their car where they can make wudu comfortably without being seen. Some of the scholars, like Shaykh Ibn Uthaymeen, they mention one of the benefits of the allowance, the concession of wiping over the headwear, wiping over the imama for the men. If you have an elaborately wrapped garment around your head, then from the sunnah is to wipe over it and not to remove it for wudu. If it's an elaborate head wrapping, not the shimag that the people have today, that is taken off with a simple motion, but that which is wrapped like today's Sudani imama, that which is elaborately wrapped many times. Yeah, that kind of imama that has mashaqqah, that has difficulty in removing it, then you can wipe over it. Likewise, ladies can wipe over their khimars if they're in public and they fear exposing their heads. So if that's the concern of exposing your hair and your head, then wipe over the khimar, wipe over your headwear. The next question on the topic is, can one wipe over their body when performing wudu one time, or does it have to be 3 times? The sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, with the hands, with the face, and with the feet, he would do that once sometimes, he would do that twice sometimes, and he would do that 3 times sometimes. All of that is sunnah from your Messenger ﷺ. So when your water supply is limited, or you are in line to make wudu with a lot of other people, which sunnah do you choose? 1. You make it once. When you have more time, and there are no conditions like that, then make wudu 2 times or 3 times on those body parts. I exempted the wiping over the head because that is something done once only. Wipe over the head with 1 wiping, not 3 times. Everything else, the sunnah and the best, most complete way to make wudu is 3. However, it's still sunnah, not just allowed, but it's sunnah to wipe once. And it's sunnah to wipe twice, meaning it's from his actions that he did, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ. The Messenger of Allah for you was a fine example to follow, meaning everything he did was guidance by default, and for us to follow him in. So he did wudu sometimes once, sometimes repeating it with 2 wipings over that body part, and sometimes 3, and the best and most complete one is 3.